This is part 37 of our Cry for Help.
May 21st, 2012.
Joe, alright, we just had a very touching, heartfelt conversation with our family, and we hope they listen.
Yeah, we hope
Okay.
they listen.
Because everything we said is from the heart. And we can't go on like this any longer. Anyway, we're going to continue with the telephone wire so everyone knows how these cyber crimes, these outrageous, murderous cyber crimes, came about. So, Joe, we got to the point where the police came, correct? At Verizon?
Yes, yeah, Manhattan, yes.
Right, the police came. Remember, we spoke about the Spanish lady. I think, because they confiscate our videos and everything is such a chaotic mess, we can't even remember anymore. Okay, Jamie Curry takes videos off, and then other conspiring takes it off, and we forgot where we left off.
It was in Manhattan at one of the Verizon headquarters, where we went to report the two, installers, so-called installers.
That were imposters.
Right, and that's basically how
and of course
everything started,
yes,
with this Verizon
and
leading to the wire, which is connected to
right. And because we couldn't expose
apartment.
the corruption, this leads further into the cyber crimes. So, what we did shortly afterwards, we already spoke about the police with the Patriot Act,
yes.
Okay, and the box was open, okay,
in
so
our garage.
everybody in our building,
it's the phone wires,
Mario Tuszco, Tom Flood, Terry Fasson. To make a long story short, without getting into the details, we will tell all concerned parties about the details. I must say, there is somebody that we finally spoke to that's very concerned about us. Well, I'm not going to mention any names. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that this person is legitimate and he's very positive, and keeping our fingers crossed that maybe we're starting to get support, because I know all of you are listening and we need more people like the person we spoke to. Okay?
Yes.
And the reason why we're saying we're keeping our fingers crossed, because we thought when we met Jamie Kirk, he told us all the right things. So did Genevieve Lane-Low Presti, a lawyer that we had, and Alan Insell, a disbarred attorney we had, and Jeff Brown, and Thomas Liotti. They're all attorneys, which we're going to talk about. They said great things too, and they turned from Dr. Jekyll to devils. Okay? Because they're all part of this conspiracy. So we even told this guy, we hope you're the real McCoy. Okay? We can't trust anybody until we really see unity, strength, and support to get us out of this. Okay? But he seems like a very nice person. So we're still thinking positive. So far, so good. Anyway, let's get to the wire. What happened?
This is after that so-called Verizon guy came to inspect the phone box, because we told him about we had wiretapping with our phone. Since with the last so-called installer, we finally got a phone service, and we were receiving at that time. That's the reason why I just want to remind the public. At that time, when we finally received this basic phone service, okay, which is now canceled. But anyway, we made this phone service private. That means nobody knows except maybe certain family members, and that's about it.
Right.
But instead of being, and we were told, yes, it is. They verified it with us.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we verified with a couple of representatives. It is private. Okay.
However, nothing's ever private
right.
in our lives.
We receive
nothing
from all kinds of calls, from prank calls to
alarming calls,
cursing
cursing calls. Okay, because the lethal corruption always has our phone number. What do I mean by the lethal corruption? Well, it's always the police, because the police usurp the powers and use the Patriot Act to wiretap our phones as if we're the dangerous criminals.
Yeah, right.
Okay? That's what it's all about, to smoke screen all their illicit activities with the cult. Okay? This has got to stop. All police. We need police in our lives.
Right, like anybody
the right
else.
police. How would you like living without laws? Okay, a lot of police get locked up for bribes and kickbacks. And it'll happen here too. It needs to be exposed. It's too quiet. We're exposing it on the internet. Wonderful people have taken our videos, and it is exposed now. Number 2. Okay, what was I saying about the Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act, right.
Then there's also the box without wires. Now, after we reported this to Verizon, we first reported that we want to know if our phone, what's going on with our phone wires, because we know it's tapped. They would not tell us.
As a matter of fact, the representative came and says, yeah, he even told us. You know,
Yeah.
I know if a wire is tapped, I know what to do, but it's not going to be me who's going to come and do it. We're going to send another person.
Right, and I cannot tell you. I
No,
know
no,
right
no,
now
yeah.
that if it's tapped or not, but I will not tell you.
No, but I say, okay, now, when you send the other person, once he finds out, I guess he's going to tell us, well, what the problem was. No, he can't
No. Our whole case is you're not to know.
You're not to know.
You're not to know anything. Just
if
live with the corruption.
If there's a problem, we'll take care of it. But I said, yeah, but, you know, we are the customers. That's the reason why we asked to find out if our wires are tapped. And you, as the company, supposed to tell the customer what the problem was.
All right.
And again, he said the same thing. He kept repeating the same thing.
We are never to know anything. If someone kills you, we are not to know. If someone takes off your finger, we are not to know. Just live with whatever you have. We are not to know. Our family got into it. They ostracized us. We are not to know. Everything is internal.
Right.
You steal your money, you're not to know. You racketeer with your pension, you're not to know.
Secrets.
Everything is secrets. Because this cult is a freemasonic cult. It's secret society. And so it backfired on my family being secret society. My own dear father said, we all have secrets. We had to tape record my own dear father because I couldn't believe what he said. You and Susan have secrets. So do me and my wife. I don't want to mention my mother's name. That's what he said at the time. And Linda and Doug have secrets. And Bonnie and Joshua. Bonnie's my daughter who married Joshua. We all have secrets.
Right.
We never had secrets. We were one family. That's what family is all about.
Family's not about having secrets with each other.
If you have secrets, you're not a family.
You're not a family.
Okay, but this is what Phyllis Leinwand did. She infiltrated her demonic influence and brainwash and bribes and kickbacks and threats into our family. So everyone has secrets, but it's not everyone has secrets, they just have secrets against us. The family is all together like a fraternity.
Exactly.
Okay? And us, we're desperate for help. In a world without family.
We're not to be a family functions. Nothing.
Our friends deserted us. Okay? And you're going to see the same pattern and why they deserted us.
We had a good friend that
and how
helped us.
Phyllis Leinwand
And she deserted
took
us.
this good friend away from us by getting her a boyfriend. Okay? Because my girlfriend, she's desperate for a man.
Right. We don't have to mention her
No,
name.
but you know, there's all kinds of setups. That, you know, we'll get all to it. I don't want to go off on tangents. So we want to get back to the why.
Yes, because we tend to go on
Okay.
tangents here because everything relates to everything
Yes.
else.
So anyway, let me do it, Joe. 'Cause I
Okay.
think I could do it quick.
I think so.
Without getting into all the details about the wire and this and that and all the imposters and all the mean people at Verizon and all the tricks and lethal pranks, which is orchestrated by the lethal corruption, who makes bribes with every company that we have illicit murderous activities with. It's called RICO activities. It's interstate. RICO activities is very serious. It's horrendous. When people are entrapped in RICO activities, they immediately get out of it by going to the U.S. attorney and she takes the case.
Or he takes it.
Or he, whatever. In our case, we are slotted to die. This is why we're doing our videos. And this is why we're exposing all the truth.
Anyway, let's get back to this wire.
To make the whole horrendous story about the wire, what happened was, for about a month, we kept on pleading with Verizon, okay? Because we didn't know what to do. To put a cover on the box. Because it was completely
This
exposed.
is the box again. This is the
And-
phone. You have to,
Okay.
this is the box you're talking about again, to make it clear. It's a huge phone box in the garage of our building where all the phone wires are attached.
Now, Verizon controls our intercom system. This is important. Could you explain that, Joe? Because you know it a little better than me.
Well, you know, it's basically, we have an intercom system for the building.
Mhm.
And all the phone wires, Verizon wires, are run through the, you know, they come into that box, and that's, and they're worked with the intercom system. Now, we have, you know, you have to have some kind of a phone in the house. So we have a phone, you know, when we
It's
use
a dummy phone.
as a dummy
for
phone
the
because we use
intercom.
it as a phone. But this phone, you know, when you pick up the receiver, when the intercom, you know, when you have an intercom, it doesn't, it's quiet. The only time is that, you know, somebody rings and you pick up the phone and you
Okay, Joe.
get the people
we
in.
want to get to the point,
Yes.
okay? So anyway, let me get to the point, and you can butt in if you think I'm left something out.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Keep on rambling.
Okay.
Okay, the
I'm a rambler.
Verizon. So first we have with Verizon the impostors. Then we have with the police coming. Oh, there's the noise. Then we have with the police coming, okay, and throwing us out of Verizon because we're trying to expose the corruption. Then we have an exposed wire box of Verizon, and our phones are being tapped. And then we have the police with the Patriot Act. I'm trying to explain everything in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Now, we get Verizon service, and everyone's calling us, although we're listed private, and no one was supposed to have our number. We just had that number for safety reasons. Then we plead with Verizon, please put a box on, because our phones are being wiretapped, and they would not tell us yes or no. Okay, they were obnoxious, mocking us, abusing us, but we needed to get a box on that exposed wire box, because that's where the wiretapping was coming from. So then we have the Verizon installer. He tells us he can't tell us if our wires are tapped, although he knows, but he will not tell us. So this went on for a good month and a half. Finally, okay, we come back from somewhere, from a couple days. We come back to our apartment. We see that there's finally a
Brand
door,
new box, brand new door.
brand new door on
The box.
the box. So we thought, oh, okay, hopefully, you know, we're not going to have any more problems. This is where the cyber crimes continue. What we did, we got an internet service, okay? And we have an intercom service, like we do for the last 12 years that we've been living here. We had internet services in the past also.
Right.
With our intercom, we never had any problems. We had an intercom, like everybody else in the building, and we had internet services,
And a phone service.
okay? So, we get a new internet service. Everything was fine for a good month and a half, 2 months,
And our computer was fine.
and our computer was fine.
Everything was going smoothly.
Yeah. I mean, nothing was going smoothly in our lives, but we didn't have any problems with our computer. All of a sudden, okay, our intercom system goes out,
Right.
okay? And Mario Tuszco, whenever something major happens, when you see him watching you, he's there late at night, or he does something so-called nice for you, you know it's not nice, there's a motive behind it. Sure enough, Joe and I are coming home one day, okay, and Mario Tuszco, we're putting our key, you know, in the basement door to get into the building.
Yeah, I was by myself at that time.
All right, so then you explain
Yeah,
it.
because
You yeah, okay,
you actually
you're right.
went up first,
Okay,
and I was going to come in to,
and you see how the noise is, because this shows the noise coming from the wire in our building.
and, right, and I was going to go in, and so I rang Susan to get up to the house, and as I was just about ready to ring Susan, and all of a sudden I see Mary just open the door right away from me. Oh, come right in. Now the reason why you opened
Now
up
bear
the
in
door.
mind, Mario is not nice to us. He's lethal, okay? And he's connected with the cult. Alright, we have to stop here because it's 15. We're going to come right back, okay, to continue this. We're going to get to the point, okay? I'm sorry. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
everything is so convoluted.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you.
For listening. And we'll see you soon. Thanks.